Hi everyone, hopefully you're doing well today. It's been a while since I've done a reaction video, so I suppose we're gonna watch some videos from my YouTube channel and kind of compare and contrast between who I am now and who I was then and my improvement as a whole. And I know my hair's wet and everything like that, but we're gonna skip two of the first videos just because we've reacted to channel details God knows how many times, probably 5. And the most important word is just really stupid, so I actually want to check out top 5s, maybe. We'll look at top 5 Yu-Gi-Oh! Series, anyway.
What's up, this is Chronix Snitch here.
Preview best in voice, makes sense, I was 13.
This will be my top 5 Yu-Gi-Oh! Series, so like the
Alright.
original, GX, stuff like that. Now, this is just gonna...
Okay, pointing out one thing about my top 5 here. I seem uninformed. I could not name any Yu-Gi-Oh! Series beyond GX. In order, it'd be Duel Monsters, GX, 5Ds, Zexal, Arc 5, Varanes, and then 7s.
Some Zexal on the screen, so...
Could have gotten copyrighted for that, but...
So let's do this. Coming in at number 5...
Zexal's a fun series.
We have GX. Now, the people who are watching are probably going to get a little bit triggered.
GX is the worst? Wait, what?
GX. Now... So let's do this. Coming in at number 5, we have GX. Now, the people who are watching are
at the time, was Varanes even a thing? Maybe not. This was a day after my birthday, though.
Probably gonna get a little bit triggered. But the problem with GX is I've never seen it.
Then that's not a problem with GX. You can't hold accountable GX for the fact that I'm referring to myself in the past as you because I feel like we're distinguished enough to do so. So, the problem with that is, this boy right here, he's saying that he just didn't have the effort to watch GX, therefore it should be punished for what he couldn't do with his own lazy ass. That is problematic already. If you're going to make a top 5 list, at least be informed about what you're ranking.
So... you're gonna have to give it an automatic 0 if you haven't seen it.
I'd have to give you an automatic 0 because you're not even taking the initiative, the time, the effort into watching it, so you could create a list like this.
If I would...
Speaking of which, since then, I have watched some of GX, Season 1 and 2, but the English dub version.
It could have been 3, 4, 2, or even 1. But
I don't know where I'd put it now,
since
but...
I've never seen it, it has to go to number 5. Coming in at number 4. It has to go to Arc 5. Now, Arc 5, I kind of like... It just kind of feels like a 5D's cop-off thing, and I'm not... Really
fair, and I don't like Yuya as a
Yes,
character.
the characters are awesome. Yes, it looks neat. It doesn't feel very original. So that's why I had to put it at number 4.
Arc 5 doesn't look that good, and it's definitely not original.
At number 3, we have the original. Now, with the original, it was the whole...
I'd agree with that.
Roots of Yu-Gi-Oh! Series.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good series, but it just kind of felt rough. Like, it started off with only 2,000 life points, and duels were too short.
But what this guy isn't taking in consideration here is when the first season of Yu-Gi-Oh! Aired, there was no definitive rules yet. They just kind of made rules as they went along. It wasn't until Season 2 of the Battle City arc was there actually official rules distinguished.
Excuse me, and then when they went into Season 2, I believe they increased it to 4,000 then, and it just kind of made it better. So half of it wasn't great, and then the other half was pretty good.
Other half? I think I know what the problem is here. When I did watch Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters on Netflix, there was only the first 2 seasons available, and I didn't know there were seasons 3 through 5, because at the time I was still very new to Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters. It was just a show I never watched until I was older, 13. But, like, the first half was unorganized, and the other, well, not first half, but the first season was unorganized, and then the second season was organized, so was the third. The fourth had a few rough spots, but it was still organized. So was the fifth. Like, I haven't watched the whole show,
Coming in at number 2. This one was one of my most difficult choices.
It still would be.
It has to go to Zexal. Now, Zexal,
I would switch that up now. I would, in fact, switch that up now. I'd put Zexal as number 1 and 5Ds as 2.
I'll be the first one to say that Zexal is easily one of my favorites.
Well, obviously, it's your second favorite.
Cool.
Astral's great.
Storyline's cool.
Storyline's a little bit weak at times, but come the third season, man, they really ramped it up.
Or Bronx or something, or those guys. But
you're so uninformed.
The storyline is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this unpredictability. I'm looking at this intense.
Yuma was the protagonist. There was no unpredictability with his dueling.
I really liked it. Coming in at number 1, we have, guess what? 5Ds. Now, 5Ds was action-packed everything. Now, I really liked 5Ds.
Lots of people did.
The only problem with it was some of it was kind of repetitive, but it was the roots of everything. It was action, emotion.
All the Yu-Gi-Oh shows carried emotion.
Making you ask questions, giving you awesome answers.
You don't know where to go with
it.
It
took everything serious, but in a good way. It wasn't always angry characters, but they were.
The characters were realistic. I understand what he's trying to say.
And they weren't selfish. They were totally selfless.
But if you're writing every character like that, they're not very distinguished. Jack at first was a very egotistical and selfish character, only doing things for his own benefit. It wasn't until later in the show that Yusei's influence kind of rubbed off on him, and he realized it was better to become more of a selfless figure. So the fact that I failed to pinpoint one of the most pivotal characters, like development, that's a really big L on his behalf.
So, that's my list. Even though this vid was very short.
So is my tolerance for stupid stuff like this. I'm serious when I say I was so unprepared for it. I understand that I was new to YouTube, but I should have had to do way better than this. Okay, top 5 variants from Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal. Let's see what I gotta say here.
Hey guys, what's up? This is Chronic.
It's Sonic Adventure 2 playing in the background. Holy crap!
You guys will just be hearing me mention my top 5.
My mom's phone was horrible for recording.
Zexal. So here we go. Coming in at number 5, we have Mizar. Now,
Mizar, really? I'd actually put Mizar higher now.
Came to the storyline that I didn't like, but the fact that he was a kind of a dragon master was definitely a cool fact about him. Like, Kite was his rival. Definitely made a cool rivalry.
The rivalry between the two was fantastic, between Kite and Mizar.
Coming in at number 4. This is going to have to be Alito. Now,
Alito
was so cool. Unfortunately, he wasn't really in the series that much.
That's pretty fair.
Mizar's position, but he just
Alito felt underutilized, to be honest.
You know? I really enjoyed him for that purpose. Now, coming in at number 3. This was hard for me to choose, but it has to be Vector. Now, Vector... Okay. That's kind of creepy, to be honest.
That's what's good about him, though.
Spoiler alert. If you haven't seen Season 3 of Zexal, click off now. But anyway, the fact that he teamed up with Dawn 1000, I thought was pretty interesting.
It was interesting. Vector was hungry for power, so he went to the Great Variant deity and got that power.
It was kind of cool to see that Vector only cares about himself, and that kind of made for a true villain.
That's a fair point. A lot of the other villains, like the antagonists, they weren't necessarily antagonists. They were just fighting for the survival of Barian World, in all honesty. Vector was just fighting so he could gain his power. He disregarded the safety and the preserving of Barian World in exchange for just him with raw power. So, to say that he was selfish is correct. He was very egotistical. He thought so much of himself and so little of others, but that's what designed him to be so different, so distinguished from the other 6. So that makes Vector a really good character, and it's good I pointed that out.
Demon. I absolutely
Demon?
love Demon. He's like the nicest, one of the nicest Barians out there.
The Barian, I mean, kind of. He sacrificed himself for Marin, so
He's always willing to put his friends first.
Exactly. He is very selfless.
Another way, he's kind of the Barian version of Yuma. You know, sometimes Yuma's a bit...
Yes and no. I would say that both Nash and Dumont both share qualities that are similar to Yuma, whether it's Dumont's selflessness or Nash's fighting spirit. So, I mean, I'm half right there.
Kind of pesky, kind of a bit arrogant sometimes. But Yuma has a good heart. And
Yuma has a very good
kind of
heart.
the same way, so that's why he comes in number 2. And now,
what's number 1?
I'm gonna say my D honorable mention and my honorable mention. So my D honorable mention has to go to
D-honorable mention. It's dishonorable mention. Holy.
So my D honorable mention has to go to Gurog. Now this guy I think was just more of a joke.
Right? Okay, season 2 made him out like an absolute joke. Just somebody who couldn't get things done for the life of him. And he was underutilized in season 3. Kind of. I mean, he did save Yuma's life, but in a very quick scene. This kid.
And don't even get me started about his ridiculous clothes. Like, jeez.
It's just his human form. Get over it.
Now, for my honorable mention, it has to go to Marin.
Marin.
Most of you guys probably don't know who Marin is.
You cannot diss Marin like that, in all honesty. Like, why is Alito on the list? Why isn't Marin in his place? Marin did everything she could for Nash. Like, Nash was, like, her brother. She did everything for him. Fought by his side, had his back. Like, all of it. How can you tell me that Marin is simply an honorable mention?
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert!
Marin is the Barian version of Rio.
That was very poorly worded, considering that I said that Dumont was really reflective of the character that Yuma is, and I basically said it in a similar manner, that Rio is, like, the human version of Marin. No, that's not true. The way I phrase that, the thing is, you see, Rio and Marin are the same people. Okay? Stupid ass.
And the reason why Marin wasn't on the list is just because, like, Marin was kind of more of a shadowy character. We didn't get to see her very much through the series.
You didn't see season 3 at this point. What is wrong with you? You see 2/3 of the show and you think you're a complete know-it-all. You're not.
Time. Now coming in at number 1,
yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, you guys know this person. Spoiler alert though, it's Nash, or the Barian version of Shark.
The Barian version of Shark. It is Shark, you stupid ass.
I absolutely love Nash. He's so cool.
He's so cool.
He's like Vector and Demon combined. He fights for...
He's so cool. I had a lot of energy for a 13-year-old.
Right? But with like the arrogance of himself, basically.
He didn't think of himself egotistically. He just understood the fact he was formidable, and he took the initiative to fight for everybody with his life on the line.
And he never thought that those two characters, like basically opposite from each other, would go good together. And it worked so well. It created this masterpiece called Nash. And I absolutely love Nash. Like, not that way, but...
Well, obviously not in that way.
But that's why he's in number 1. Now have a good time.
Now have a good time. Holy... 6 days later and I got worse. You couldn't even hear the music in the background. See, I want to find, like... Oh god, I was pretty chubby back then. I've lost some weight since... Well, no. Back then I was actually... Okay, so I would have been 13, so I would have been about 4'11", maybe 5 feet on the... No, by the end of grade 7, I was already about 5'2", actually. But I would have been 5'2", 140 pounds. Now I'm about 5'7", but only 10 pounds heavier. And you can see, like, the difference on my face. Like, if we compare... Like, I can make a similar face. And you can see the difference. Anyway. I don't... What's this 50% chance? Like... What does Revelations make sense?
guys, what's up? It's Chronic Cheeks here. I know my last
hair.
Revelations video
I used to have my hair
music
so
on.
long, I hate it now.
Basically, I couldn't turn it down anymore, or else the music would have been silent, and I didn't want to make the video super bland and boring, so I thought I'd try adding music. I'm sorry for that mess up, so I'm just going to upload this again. So anyway, if you've seen the last video, remember it does have spoilers, so...
Yeah, but this video is literally the exact same, except the music's fixed.
Is
there even music
Get
playing?
on with this. You might be able to hear the music now. I'll just write in the...
You can barely hear
description.
that.
Well, anyway, major spoiler alert. If you don't want to know about any of these things, then it might be a good idea to click off. But if you're fine with that, then we can start. Okay, so with Revelations, you saw the ending Easter egg. You know, Dempsey and the crew, they get worked back in time by Dr. Monty.
Yeah.
Basically putting them back to Origins, where they have to do all the Black Ops 3 maps again, too. Well, only Richtofen was in Shadows of Evil, but anyway, back to the point. Imagine they get back to Revelations, they you know, get to Dr. Monty, work back in time. Now, little do most people know that by Dr. Monty doing this, he's actually saving the world. Because the moon Easter egg is actually like 50 or so years in the future. The crew destroys the...
I get what he's saying.
Specifically.
Chronologically, all the Black Ops 3 maps, so that includes, Aizen Dra, Zetsubo no Shima, Gorod, Krovi, the Giant, like, that all happens chronologically before Moon does. Even though Moon was released, like, 5 years before Revelations was, the Moon chronologically takes place afterwards, so
and
I can understand that.
And that creates a picture of what the transit crew are in. So, by Dr. Monty doing this, he is saving all the zombie maps that are in the future from where Dempsey and the crew are, which is around like 1912, maybe 1913. So any map
I think it's like 1911 actually, I don't know.
Will be saved. So Mob of the Dead's fine, all the Black Ops 1 maps are fine, all the Rollout War maps are fine, all the Black Ops 2 maps are fine, except Origins, obviously. And mostly every Black Ops 3 map is fine. Not really. No. None of them are basically fine, sorry. Oh my god,
actually, no, that wouldn't be true. If Monty rewinded him to Origins, at the cutscene with Origins, when they're holding the staves, they've worked just hard enough in Origins to have the staffs. I'm not sure if they released Samantha or not yet, but that would mean that the Black Ops 3 maps have been untouched, because then the Giant would take place then up until Revelations, so Origin. What? What'd you do?
Are basically fine, sorry. Oh my god, my English. So
I didn't think that was necessary.
What? If you don't know what's going on, it's basically a paradox in a way, you know.
Okay. Yes, it is a paradox, because if they were to start up at Origins, like nothing happened, work their way to the no god, he's starting to rub off on me. So if they started at Origins, then worked their way to the Giant, then Aizen Dra, Zetsubo no Shima, Gorod, Krovi, then Revelations, and then would get sent back in time, then they would just keep clearing that path over and over.
It just keeps looping and looping and looping.
Yeah, it's a paradox, exactly.
But
he's not wrong.
They can't do anything. They're trapped. They're stuck.
Theoretically, yes.
Like nothing they can do unless they maybe let one of their 1.0 versions die. Maybe kill Richtofen. Okay, so that Richtofen that would normally be on the moon cannot destroy the moon.
But by rewinding them back in time, you took away their future, because it would supposedly be an endless paradox. Besides, despite this video being released before Black Ops 4, Black Ops 4 made it clear that they were recognizant of the fact they've been sent back in time. They're starting anew.
So, what I'm saying is, by doing that, you know, if just Richtofen dies and the others stay alive, it would mess up the space-time continuum.
The space-time continuum, yeah, you think you're real smart.
Only killing one person saves the world. And here was another concept I want to get on. So, but just before I start the second concept, with Revelations, it's not a bad map.
I can tell what that music is playing in the background. It's the Easter egg song for Origins. Archangel. Oh,
the Easter
good
egg
song.
isn't that bad.
Good taste.
You just need to put some pieces together like people did with Durious or Kino or 5 or any of the older maps.
Admittedly, the
So we
storyline
have to do the
connection
same with
between
this
the
map.
older maps did take a
So-
lot of piece connecting.
For the second concept, I was talking about dirty Easter eggs. Now, with this is a little bit of a corny / cringy / cheesy concept. So, like, lately I've been thinking, okay, so in Revelations, after everything messing up, but that's only if you do the Easter egg. You can play all the maps chronologically, but if you don't do some of the Easter eggs on others, nothing really.
I know what he's trying to say, this cheeky idiot right here. I know exactly what he's saying. So he's saying theoretically you could play up to Revelations, but you just don't complete the map. You just play it forever. But canonically, they do beat the map. So that would have no effect on the storyline because the real storyline would have it that they completed all the steps to Revelations and met up with Monty.
Something doesn't change at all, you know what I mean? Some things stay the same, some things go completely different. Like
something that should go completely different is you keeping all that weight on your face because, my God, you are unhealthy for your age. Stupid kid. I'm not even going to finish this because I already know exactly what he's going to say, but canonically, they finished Revelations. It's only because of the fact they were reconnaissant that they got rewinded back in time, back to Origins, that they actually did something about it. Had it been the fact where they would get rewinded back in time, but they weren't aware they were rewinded back in time, it was just suddenly they were there and didn't know what happened prior, which would technically be in the future, and then they just went through everything again, then it would be a full-on paradox. But because they were reconnaissant of the fact that they got rewinded back in time, they were able to change things. And that's when all the Chronorium stuff comes in. Not that I care. Black Ops 4 is a bit of a storyline mess, but gameplay-wise, I don't mind it. I'm trying to think of what to... That freeze frame, though. Talk about horrible. Teen tries to play Guitar Hero 3 on expert difficulty. I can. Quite well. Top 5 favorite named locations in Fortnite. Yeah, I was into Fortnite a lot. So. Direction of my channel. What's this about?
Guys, how's it going? Welcome to my channel. This is just a voiceover for a clip that you're watching of me in a free-for-all arena thing, whatever you want to call it. But I just want to talk about the direction my channel is going in terms of content. Now, I know that this conversation has been repeated many times.
It sounds like I have the worst cold.
And just to explain, there's solid proof that I'm going somewhere with my channel, given by which you are watching right now. I do want to turn to gaming videos now. All you've really seen of my actual well-uploaded gaming videos is...
Okay, it makes sense that I'd want to go in the gaming direction, but I have not stayed true to that for the life of me. I still do vlogs from time to time, same thing with top 5s, worst to bests. Sometimes just commentary over clips, kind of like how this is made. I'm not really strictly into gaming. Sometimes I'm a miscellaneous channel.
So, although there will be some Fortnite content, it's not going to be just Fortnite. There might be some Minecraft, some Call of Duty gameplay, any game out there that
Call of Duty and Minecraft stayed around, Fortnite didn't.
You might see on this channel. I don't know how long I'll be doing this routine for, or possibly how long it'll last, or anything along the lines of that, but I feel like I am generally happy that my channel is heading in this direction, and I hope you guys are too.
It hasn't been heading in that direction, though. You're basically directing your channel at this point. You're declaring that your channel will take the gaming route, but it's not heading that way. You're just saying that's where it will head.
50 subscribers by the time my birthday swings around? Actually, no. I do want to hit 50 subscribers by the time my birthday swings.
Is this for my 15th birthday or my 16th? Okay, this would be for my 15th. So I was still 14, but holy crap, I sound like I got the world's worst cold ever. Yeah, that one just like... I don't regret a thing. Oh, goodness gracious. What a horrible video. Oh, back when I played on a bunch of emulators. This was fun. Oh, 54 minutes. Yeah, that's my longest video of all time. Creepy footage of ghost possession. Oh my god, I love this video. My nephew and I had so much fun making this. Oh god, this is just... The music was perfect. I love this video. So if you're wondering like how I'd make this video, I'd basically use this light feature on my tablet and I'd like record my nephew, and basically I told him just, you know, turn your back away from the camera, turn around, move a little bit forward, and then have a spasm. And that's how this came to be. He did so well with this. I'm so proud of him. It's just the same thing over and over. It was so weird. I love this video. Did I put anything in the caption? This has happened multiple times. I've caught it while you're sleeping because I totally record something while I'm sleeping. Wow, that was such a fun video to make though. Like, my nephew and I agreed that next time we were to sleep over, like, either one way or another, I would totally, like, do that again. And he was, like, totally up for it himself, so. Oh, these videos are a lot more recent. No point in going here. So, I think as a whole, that will, conclude the list, so, or the list, what? Pardon me. This will conclude the reaction of these videos. I hope to do this again sometime because I really feel like my perspective is a hell of a lot different in comparison to what it used to be. But if you guys do enjoy this type of content, you know, make sure you like pinpoint in the comments or maybe slap down a like if you wish. Hopefully we refrain from the dislikes, and if not, well, we just continue on like nothing happened. Anyway, take care of yourselves. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.